Welcome to our podcast, Pro Audio Music and Storytellers. My name is Rafael Guzman, and here I am with my co-host, my good friend, Gerardo Ubieda.
Hello,
and
everybody.
Our guest, Carlos Chacon. The song of the day is going to be from Premiata Forneria Marconi, Impressioni di Settembre. Impression of September.
De Historia per un minuto.
There we go. Exactly.
Yeah.
Very good band, classic, progressive rock, one of the best ever been.
Yeah, I think so.
Style, the Moog, they helped to develop that synthesizer. Great sound, good performance. What do you have to say, Carlos, Gerardo?
About
Our time, 1972, this song was came out at the same time, selling England by the pound and all that good music.
that years was an incredible and amazing moment to the music. So Premiata was a band that we discovered, and then we expand our musical influence, because remember they made a fusion, the progressive, symphonic, classic, and
A lot of classic.
and something different.
Right.
They always show something different from the other bands they influence. So they put together the folk of Italian, the progressive, symphonic, fusion, so everything in one, and the melodies, the sound,
The whole thing was a very progressive
the
and very pioneer on the
the
time.
musicians, what they
Premiata Forneria Marconi was founded in Milan,
Mm-hmm.
officially in 1970.
Yeah.
And from there up to now, they keep playing. One of our most influence, I guess, for all of us.
My story with Premiata is so funny because I wasn't born in 1970 because I'm from 78. No,
Neither was Gabriel.
huh?
Neither Gabriel.
No, Gabriel.
Which, by the
wasn't.
way,
Yeah.
Gabriel Miranda from Brazil, our producer, organizer, everything that is organized in this show, it comes from him. We
Yes.
create a monster.
There is something organized here.
Something to organize. I don't know.
Okay, organize
Gerardo.
it? No.
Gerardo, we need to organize Gerardo.
Okay, now so let me tell you the story with my story with Premiata Forneria Marconi.
Yeah.
I was in the Sanville,
Yes.
okay.
It's
And we were-
San Bill, it's a mall in
It's a mall in
Caracas.
Caracas, no? And we were, I think that it was, maybe you correct me if I'm wrong, 2000 or 2001, because we were waiting for Rick Wakeman, the Rick
I
Wakeman
remember,
concert.
yeah, that day
in the
was
Sanville. So I'm sit down, a couple friends, we have to.
the
sit-
concert was cancelled.
No, the
Oh,
cancel
okay.
on Thursday,
Uh-huh.
but they did it on Saturday.
Yes, of
you know,
course, yeah.
he showed up on Thursday to sign off. You
Yeah.
know, with all the bands. To me, was a very nice moment. But on Saturday, when finally we were expecting, for the concert, I was sit down with a lot of people, and it was probably one of my first concert, probably my fifth or sixth concert in that moment. I was young because I was only 20. I know a lot of bands. They show up in Venezuela in that time. That was the beginning of a SIG.
A
Because
SIG,
that
yes,
one
of
was
course.
the second
Yeah.
concert.
Yeah.
Because the first one was Yes, and then the following year,
No, which was Steve Hackett.
Steve Hackett maybe was the first one, but Steve Hackett in the Santa Rosa de Lima. Steve Hackett before.
Yes, in Santa Rosa de Lima.
No,
yeah.
but I think that Rick Wakeman was before.
But
100% sure.
Yeah, the first was
Rick Wakeman, because the first one was Yes,
Yeah.
and then the idea
Well, but
was.
what's the story with the Premiata?
Okay, yeah. So I was with a couple
Right.
friends. Everybody, sit down separate. And I started a conversation with those people, and they told me, "Oh, you like this band, and because you are so young, etc." And I say, "No, I'm so fanatic to Yes." And later on, they told me, oh, do you know Premiata Forneria Marconi? And I say, what? Premiata Forneria Marconi. I couldn't even pronounce the name.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
so when I finally learned it, you know, in that moment you have nothing to write down because the cellular, you know, the cell phones are, you know, you cannot write it down, etc. So you have to
old
memorize.
phones.
Only
Exactly, the memory. So at the end of the day, after 20 times that I pronounce the name, I finally say, okay, Premiata Forneria Marconi. I want to investigate. In that moment, you don't have access to, you know,
Right, you don't have any
so you
access.
have to
You
find
didn't
the
have
record.
Google.
You know, you have to find the record or
Right.
the CD or somebody who knows it, and then listen it or buy it or whatever, you know. So the concert finished, and I find a very friend of mine, Cesar, you know, and I ask him, Cesar, do you know Premiata Forneria Marconi? Of course. He say, why did you didn't mention this band to me, you know? So, and I asked, and Cesar, don't tell me, you know, nothing else. You just say, I know the band. So I show up in Elias Levy,
Yes.
you know, in Symphony World,
Yeah.
and I say, Elias, what you have of
From-
Premiata Forneria Marconi? Oh, I have the best record. Which one is? The first one, Historia de un Minuto.
Yes.
And I listen to the record, and immediately I only have to listen like probably like a minute,
Yes.
and after that it says it's mine, and I bought the record. So I listened to this record for like a month or something like that, and then I go back to my friend Cesar and Cesar, wow, Premiata is amazing. I have the best record that they have. And he told me, oh, yes, you have Per un Amico. He said, what? No, I have Historia de un Minuto. Oh, but that is not the best one. The best one is Per un Amico.
Yeah, well.
It's better than the Historia de un Minuto?
Yes.
And
Classic.
and he told me, yes, of course, yes. But like what are you
Yeah.
talking about? You know, and I said, really? Let me listen. It's not possible.
No
So,
possible.
I bought the record without listening.
Yeah.
And I went to my
You already
home
knew what was coming.
and I played it on. It was on a CD.
That moment.
And when I
Still,
played,
I think, but and that moment when you bought a record that you never
You
heard
never know.
before, is magic.
Right.
It's
It's
something
totally-
that you make a journey into the music, and you take the cover,
And that was
you
one
thing. And you start to read the
you start to
book.
read the book. Who was the musician,
Right.
the instrument, the producer,
The old-fashioned record that-
that's magic.
No,
Having that album in front of you.
and you know what happened?
Reading.
When I play the records,
Uh-huh.
and I start to listen and say, this frog is right. It's better than the Historia de
Right before that.
the Historia de un Minuto. So I have no idea which one is my best, but definitely those two records are
Yes.
the, one
Classic,
of the
classic.
two
Great band, great band.
amazing.
Let me tell you about Carlos Chacon. Carlos Chacon is one of the best guitar players in Miami. Good friend too. You and Gerardo had too many years knowing each other. Good friends,
Before I was
partners. Before you were what?
born, I was born.
Oh, yeah, there we go. We don't want to talk
An
about the
incredible-
moons.
An incredible teacher.
Yes, that's
So-
my next point. Carlos, besides being an amazing guitar player, great taste of music, he also had teach for many years and having an academy, school teaching people. One of the things I most admire is that you had teach young ones.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that experience to let us know what makes you start all that?
Well, I think that I start teaching, you know, when I met Gerardo back in Caracas in 1997.
Something.
I guess.
1997. We never There we go.
Exactly
We never
that
said
time.
a little bit.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, that. Before I was born.
Yeah, there we go. Now with that one.
So I met Gerardo there. And the king of Bossa Nova. Pedro Estrada, no?
Peter Estrada, yeah, Pedro.
Exactly. So No, I teach. I start teaching, because I was looking for a job, etc. And I realized that I know that I know a lot of different things, because to me, in that time,
Juan Estrada.
Juan Carlos
Peter
Estrada.
Estrada is from the Social Security.
No, telenovela.
Okay. Excellent.
Mira. Yeah.
No. So, well, the short story is I started in that time, and I realized that I like it, and you never know how much you know in anything until you start teaching somebody.
Teaching. Yes, exactly.
So I like it, and then I follow him, studying my career, and I graduate from my bachelor, and I have some other bands. Secuencia onírica, etc.
You should check your academic.
Okay.
And so,
This is
and then when I arrived to US, okay. I was looking, to do something. I was not able to speak English perfectly or very well. I was studying English. And in one moment, there is a teacher called Ivan. It was in ESOL classes to learning English, and he says this thought: who knows works in whatever they want, and who doesn't know in whatever they can. And I couldn't sleep, and I say, okay, let's figure that out. I'm a CPA. But I don't speak properly English, so to me it's gonna be hard this way. And the other one is I know how to teach and I know how to play guitar, and the music is a universal language. So I start to figure that out, how start teaching guitars. And one of the first epiphania that I have is I remember I went to Guitar Center, okay, and they have a little board in the entry in the Guitar Center in Hallandale. And I saw the first advertisement, no? I don't know, Peter Smith, to say any name, no? Bachelor degree in Berkeley, super career, etc. I say, wow, I'm nobody. The following, Smith Peter, so the brother,
right.
The other one. Oh, I've been playing with Genesis, with this one and the other one, and Paul McCartney. I said, fuck. The following Frog. Yeah. So Frog. The next one, 5 Latin Grammy, 5 Grammy, 3 Oscar Academy Award. And I said,
and then
I cannot. No. I say, how I can compete with those guys? They're processors. So I was singing and say, I know how I'm gonna compete. So I came back and I get my computer and I put my advertising. Clases de guitarra in Spanish. Everything.
That's it. Clases de guitarra.
Clases de guitarra, etc.
In Spanish.
And then at the end it said, I speak English. because I have to be different, So I said, if my strong is I cannot compete with those guys in the musical career because I don't have that kind of award, and I don't gonna.
Yeah, but you got the heart and the knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. So that was the fear.
How long you been playing guitar?
1992.
Since 1992,
yeah,
you've been
since
playing
1992.
guitar.
I fell in love with that moment when appeared Guns N' Roses, Metallica, before Nirvana. It's the end of let's say the rock and roll or the glam. That is the moment that I say I really need to play guitar, because I love the music, and I have to express myself, and I find that the guitar, I fall in love with all those heavy metal bands, etc.
Yeah. One more question over, let you know that Carlos has one of the most amazing guitar collection. And I think I'm going to ask you, which one is your special one?
Well, my special one, I don't bring it today. It's a Stratocaster because it's my oldest guitar.
But
But I have.
what did you bring today? Bring it in.
This one is a nice one. It's a nice piece. It's a Michael Kelly. Okay. This one has the Lindy Franklin pickups. Okay, they're
Single coils?
no, they're humbuckers, and you can with a pull
wow.
push system. You
Active.
can. Yeah,
Beautiful.
you can
Preamps.
play like a single coil.
Wow.
It's a very nice piece. I guess I bought this guitar back on 2018, I guess, or 2017. 2017. In 2017. The brand was
And this
new.
costume work here.
yeah, this is incredible. Explain.
That was
about
that.
the-
Explain that. What
Because,
are they?
because one of my hobbies is to smoke cigars.
Yeah.
You know, and all of those, yeah, this is a beautiful detail.
Wow.
You know, it's an insert of metal
The camera,
insert.
you know, it's a little detail there.
It's a metal insert. So
metal.
this one is the custom collection. So it's basically mahogany
Okay.
and rosewood, and it's a heavy guitar.
Yeah.
I like that. You know. And the pick guard, I remove the pick guard and I put all the, all those are the rings of the cigars.
Oh, that's the rings of the
Yeah, the cigar
cigars.
rings. Yeah.
Wow.
You have many different Robaina, foundations,
Bolivar.
Bolivars. Yeah, this is it's a very nice guitar. This is very versatile. Okay, the only thing that you don't have is
It's a custom or it's a regular?
no, it was a regular production. In that moment, it was top of the line. For the moment, I don't know if they have something nicer, but this one was top of the line with the Lindy Franklin pickups. I mean, the hardware is pretty nice. It's a
Beautiful guitar.
beautiful
Beautiful
tone.
Yeah.
And I have the other one.
My next question, and I think that we mentioned before, we were eating lunch before, and we were talking about pedals. And here's the question.
Where's
What is the most,
the first?
The most
The
of the
most of the
first.
first.
okay, the first pedal that you buy?
Palumbo.
The bike at Palumbo. The pedal bike he broke.
Everybody have a bike, no?
Right,
Before you play
bicycle,
guitar,
Fucking
you
pedal.
know, you have-
Bicycle.
Bicycle. Fucking pedal, bro.
my bicycle.
You see what I have to do for living? This is what I have to do for living. Anyways, now, a guitar pedal.
Ah.
Which one was your first one? Let's start with that.
Okay, my first one, I guess, I start first with pedal boards at the beginning, So I remember when I was with Sequencionírica back in 2000, I had a Roland GPA or GTA, I don't remember, but it was a rack, multi-effect.
Yeah.
With
Oh, that
eight
was a
different-
multi-effect.
With
So,
8 different effects,
right.
etc. Then I have a DOD also in rack,
Okay.
which was a
Guitar, right.
analog delay. And then I have another brand, I don't remember exactly, was a digital delay. So I have 3 delays
Wow.
in one moment.
Right.
So I become an expert, playing with the delays. I was very influenced for David Gilmour or even The Edge by U2. Trying to find different sounds. And I remember when we play on the Alma Mater, is the
Yes.
previous to the Nueva Banda.
Yeah.
And always I bring my my rack, and they start to call the music box, okay?
Yeah.
Because I put it in, and nobody, the
that
people
time
are
they were not-
expecting for the guitar, like always many different distortions
Right.
and a wah, etc. And in that moment, I play just a little with distortion, but I play a lot with echoes, with delays, analog delays.
You too. Influence and Soda
it
Stereo.
was, yeah, the
Gustavo.
idea was create an ambient. To me, the music, because at the end of the day, I mean, the music is an integration between the members of the band. You know,
Correct.
I mean, it's an atmosphere. So in that moment, I remember with Sequencio Onirica, I was very influenced also for Crimson, you know, or Steve Hackett.
Yeah.
And at the end, when you think about all those bands or all those guitars players, they are not like Jimi Hendrix that is, you want to see Jimi Hendrix. No, you want to, when you go to a King Crimson concert, you don't go because you want to see Robert Fripp.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, even when Robert Fripp is a main character on the band,
Correct.
okay?
Yeah.
But you see, you
the
want
whole
to see the
concert,
whole
right.
concert,
Yep.
okay? The whole band. If you think about Steve Hackett on Genesis,
Right.
you know, yeah, the people go more for even sometimes for Peter Gabriel, you
Right.
know, at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
But because all the you know,
No, we talk about that, and you know how they influence.
many different things. But Steve Hackett and Tony Banks, you know, they were able to create an ambient and an atmosphere, you
Correct.
know, that and I'm very influenced with those kind of guitars player. In a step to, of course, I love Jimi Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan or Jimmy
Right.
Page, you know, but
Okay.
but to me the idea is the guitar is part of the music, is part of the compositions, is part of the
The atmosphere that
the
you created,
atmosphere,
right?
etc. Yes. Then later on, you know, when I start with the pedals, believe it or not, my first pedal was a river. It was a river. The one of those bows, the RV2, I guess is the code, and I still have it. I have it right now.
Wow.
I still have it. I haven't having that
It's a
that
classic.
pedal, and it's a pedal always in my pedal board.
Wow.
Because it's an old river, and I like the effect.
effect.
You know, and sometimes even when you have river on the amplifier, I prefer to have my own river in my
Right.
pedal.
Right.
You know,
External, out of the
external
amplifier.
because
That more control.
no, because for example here, I don't know if the amplifier that we are using they have a river. Okay, so what happens if I don't put the river on the pedal board?
Right.
So sometimes I can arrive to somewhere
everyone-
that the
Correct.
amplifier doesn't have the river and I don't have the effects. So no, I prefer to be comfortable and be familiar with the sound.
Yeah.
And that was my preferred pedal. Then I have many different overdrive, fuzz, distortions.
What's your favorite distortion pedal these days?
Well, you know what? It depends because I have 14 different guitars, okay, and it's totally different.
Each one
especially in the distortion and the overdrive and the fuzz.
Right.
It is totally different if you play with single coil or if you're playing with humbuckers.
Depends
Right.
on the guitar.
So, for example,
Yeah.
I love the tube driver.
Right.
The tube driver.
Classic. Years.
It's classic by Eric Johnson. You know, the big fanatic of Eric Johnson or the David Gilmour.
Right.
They know that pedal because it comes with a tube inside.
Right.
Okay.
So simulation of tube,
no
right.
the tube screamer, the tube driver, the yellow one,
Yeah.
the BK Butler. Okay. I love that pedal. Eric Johnson loved that pedal. And for example, Eric Johnson played with a Stratocaster. Okay. And for some reason, I like that pedal more when I play with humbuckers. So I use that one, not with the Stratocaster.
Yeah.
I
Right,
mean,
it's
I
two
play
different
always.
sound
I
from one-
play always when I play with the Les Paul or when I play with the SG or sometimes when I play with the Michael Kelly, but I'm using the humbuckers.
Now, Carlos, the question that we ask to every guest: what is the first record that actually moved you into want to be more a musician? What was the first record in your life that most impressed you?
Well, it's another funny story.
Oh.
It's because it records. I guess that in my life, I remember the records in many different ways, but definitely.
But only one.
I'm gonna answer you with the story. You know, many years ago, back on the definitely it was back in the 80s. Probably 89, okay?
Miranda wasn't born.
No.
No. So,
You gonna make him
wasn't born.
talk?
Yeah.
How about you cannot make him talk? We've been for the second show and he doesn't say shit. He doesn't want to
Excellent.
stop talking.
Okay, well, it's perfect. Okay, back on 80, probably 88, 89. Okay, in that moment, I know I was not even playing guitar, but I listen music a lot. And I remember I have a friend who has a friend, no.
It's not the same friend of the other friend that you.
No,
mentioned
it's the
before?
previous friend.
Previous friend, that friend.
It's a friend that has a friend.
It's a friend of friend.
Yeah. Well, the story is we were in Caracas, back in Caracas, and I was with this friend, okay, Manuel, and we get into a car of a friend of him, and this guy showed us something absolutely amazing from the future, He showed us an artifact,
Okay. Yeah.
that you can put a record, but it's a mini record, okay? And it's totally silver.
Miranda doesn't know what you're talking about.
It's a totally silver. And they put it in. They close it. And they play music. Amazing sound.
Clear sound.
Yeah, clear sound. I said, what the
That was your first contact with the
the CD.
Wow.
Yeah, and I
Yeah, you
saw
know
the
it's a CD,
CD,
right?
the first time that you see a CD now back, 88, and you see the cassettes and you see
Yeah.
the records, but the first time that you see a CD, no commercial about buy a CD, in that moment. It was totally new. And I said, wow. And this is amazing. And he played the CD, and he put another band that it blew my mind. And he said, wow, this is amazing. This is the music from the future. and I listened to that, and I said, wow. I remember this guy have a lot of money on the sound system on the car, with this with the CD player, And I said, wow. And I remembered he told me the name of the band and the name of the record, but of course, one more time, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
And it was in English, so it was to me hard. So, but short story, I listened to this record and I totally fall in love, but I totally forgot the name, and my other friend didn't know the name. So it passed the times. I keep listening Hombre G in that time,
Spanish.
Yeah,
Spain,
and
Hombre G.
many different musics,
No me understand.
Then I start with Guns N' Roses, Metallica,
Okay.
But
Pantera.
which one was the first one
Yeah,
you did?
This is the story. Pantera, etc. So I was inventing the heavy metal. I love Megadeth, Iron Maiden. To me, I was a heavy metal guitar player, One day, I've been listening music almost. I'm playing guitar almost for 2 years, so it was probably like 1993 or 1994, something like that. I have a friend who he wants one of my CDs. I don't remember, the Metallica's one, and he told me, "Oh, can I borrow yours?" And you borrow one of mine. I give you this one. This one is a nicer one, and he gave me that CD. And I look on the cover, and I say, "Oh, the cover is nice. It looks nice." I have no idea who are those guys, But let me see. Maybe they're nice. They're heavy metal, And I went to my house and I put the record, the Future Man music, and this record is "Dark Side of the Moon" by Pink Floyd. In that moment, it's not like I don't listen more Metallica or Pantera or Iron Maiden, but in that moment, changed my life. I said, okay, metal.
It's here.
No rest in peace, but
Right.
but you're gonna stay here,
For a little while.
Go
Let
to
me
take a
listen
nap.
this.
Go to take a nap, and I'm gonna follow this new direction.
Okay.
And that record take me into King Crimson, Genesis, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Jethro Tull,
Yes.
Premiata Forneria Marconi, Banco del Mutuo Soccorso,
Yeah.
Mauro Pagani, Sebastian Hardy.
What was the record?
UK.
That,
Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark
There
Side
we
of the
go,
Moon by Pink
Lord.
Floyd.
was the
I
game.
listen all the records, from.
And that was it. To all of us, Pink Floyd was changed our life.
No, totally. And then, the way that I play the guitar, I consider that, for example, I am strong on the bendings. On the bendings,
And that was all influenced by David Gilmour.
Gilmour. I mean, some guitars player. I tried to be, the faster guitar player ever. Back when I started on the 1992 and 1993, you are listening with Malmsteen and you want to play fast and arpeggios, etc. But after you listen to David Gilmour,
Yes.
and you understand
The
that
feeling,
every
the way that he plays.
single note has
In fact,
important.
In fact,
On the
we
composition.
was before we start today.
Uh-huh.
You was playing something and explaining me
Mhm.
how to play correctly
Mhm.
the
Another
The
brick
riff.
in the wall.
another brick in the wall, and the other one the
Shannon, you crazy
Shine
diamond.
You Crazy Diamond. That's a classic melody.
Melody,
How
bending.
how to play correctly, the different of the bending with the notes and on frets was incredible.
I mean, I don't like to compare guitars between guitar players because I consider that all of them, they are amazing and everyone teach me something
Yeah.
and give me, amazing experiences. But one of my favorite guitar players and other guitar players that, play fast. But if he plays 113 notes in a song,
Right.
is because that song doesn't need 114, and with 112 it's incomplete. It's 113 notes.
Yeah, the concept of the song.
And that guitar player, who is? Do you know who is? Jeff Beck.
Back.
Oh, the master Jeff Beck.
Is Jeff Beck, to me, is the perfect guitar player.
Wow.
I mean,
Perfect guitar player for Carlos.
Is the perfect. He's
Does-
not my
it
favorite.
does exist.
Is not my favorite guitar player, or not the best guitar player. He's the perfect guitar player because everything that he plays exactly on the tempo. He plays exactly on the tone, and it's exactly what the songs need. No, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
Carlos,
It's perfect.
I know that there is one more band that you haven't talked to that you're in love with. Led Zeppelin.
Well, Led Zeppelin is definitely one of the best band ever. One of the things that I love from Led Zeppelin, now that we've been talking about Jeff Beck, is I consider that Jimmy Page, okay? I know that a lot of people, they don't like Jimmy Page because he's so rude and because you can listen sometimes the mistake or the slinky noise from when he's playing, etc. Even on the studio, on the record. But that is what I like Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
Because he's
It's like
organic.
Kid Richard.
Because it's organic. It's like Keith Richard. Because it's organic. Because it's real.
Organic.
Because Led Zeppelin is Led Zeppelin.
It's a raw rock.
It is raw. But Led Zeppelin, you have to understand that Led Zeppelin did it before the Ramones,
Yeah.
before
Anyway.
all those guys that then they later on, they appear and they say, this is punk, the Sex Pistols, etc. Okay, but you cannot imagine the Ramones or the Sex Pistols
Without
Led
all that
Zeppelin,
influence.
you
Yes. Well, in this part of the show, we are going to suggest or recommend one of our products of the day of the show. This time, we're going to recommend or talk about the 18 sound speakers. 18 sound here. Finally! Miranda!
Miranda para la Caraca.
Miranda in front of the camera. Thank you, Lord. See? You never know. Anyways, we were talking about the 10MB 600. Here we go. It's a 3-inch voice coil. Let me have that one here. It's a 700 continuous, okay, 450 watts. This one is an 8 ohms, 98 sensitivity, 98 decibels. The frequency response is from 55 to 4,500 hertz, which is a good low mid speaker. And I said, as I said, 3-inch voice coil. It's a aluminum basket, and it's a beautiful speaker distributed by Universal Music, who are the 18 sound speaker distributor for Canada, US, Caribbean island, and part of South America. Universal Music is where we are, where Chacon Studios and Studios are. And Universal Music is, as we said before, Gerardo, our sponsor, everything that we do.
Yes.
Carlos, what do you think about 18 Sound? You had experience with it.
I mean, I like it here. Listen, playing here is always a pleasure. It sounds amazing. And I remember when we did the concert back in 2010, we cannot talk about the time, no? Because they're going to realize that they're...
¿Qué tú te acuerdas?
Yeah.
I got where Now, we are going to be giving away to Carlos. It's for you, 18 Sound.
Oh,
And
thank you.
Miranda, make sure that you also have it from us, from Universal Music, Tech Rent Studios, and everybody that is sponsor us in our craziness when we're doing it.
Song.
There we go. That's our 18 Sound
Beautiful. Excellent. Excellent.
kick, change, and light and pen. If you are in the future interested in these products, we will be maybe selling it or giving it away. So that's for this, our tip of the program. Now, the next thing, here we go. Finally, I got you. The next thing is, let me explain to you.
The next segment.
The next segment
Yes.
is going to be something that we don't have any clear, but we are
Frog
creating a little
or
controversy.
not frog?
What
Have
the
you
frog
see?
is this?
Have you see? I think
frog is
that
the
you're gonna see the
I don't
frog,
know.
no frog.
No,
This guy.
the love of
No, not yet. We will have it soon. But here's the thing: frog or not frog?
What the frog?
What the frog?
Yeah.
What frogging are you talking about?
I have no idea.
Our frogging life.
Mother Frogger.
Motherfucker. Oh, Lord.
What a
There we go, and this is what you do with your friends.
Frog.
There we go.
Yeah.
Frog, finally what we got. Frog is good, no good. Frog is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
No frog is no good.
no good.
There we go. That's by
yeah,
our
what the frog is
director,
Yes.
Miranda. So, no frog is good. No frog is bad.
Well, what happened?
Frog
No.
is good.
Yeah, frog.
Frog is
no
good.
Frog.
No frog is good.
Frog.
That's
No
about there.
frog.
Okay, so here's the first question. Miami traffic in the mornings. No frog.
No frog, man.
No frog.
Except if you have a Premiata Forneria Marconi
On it.
record on it.
Yeah.
If
No
frog,
problem.
So you
I
gotta come
agree
and
with
say,
you.
Lord,
I
there
agree
was
with you.
this-
especially you have a driver, you know.
And especially,
If
you know why?
if you're not driving and you have a
Yeah,
Premiata Forneria
yeah.
Marconi, you know.
Yeah, but now there's I think almost the people don't have time to listen music, to listen a complete album.
Right.
From
That
the
you
top
get to
to the
switch
end.
it to
Yeah.
song to
And
song.
when you are driving in
There we go, from frog to no
the
frog.
traffic
Yeah.
jam here, you can play and listen the entire album. I made it every single day because I have to drive a lot, 1 hour,
Oh, we are.
20, 30, 40 miles. So I start including double albums or
Yeah.
triple jazz songs. I listen
There we go.
complete.
That's how what we spend in traffic in the
Relayer,
mornings here.
Selling England,
So,
any kind of music.
The traffic is here. It's frog.
No
No frog.
No frog.
No frog. Okay. Next question or next subject. It's something that been in the news this week.
Yeah.
Fender guitars want finally to be exclusive with their style of Stratocaster. So here's the thing: Chinese guitars, frog or no frog?
Chinese guitar is not a frog. If what the frog is that, I never.
No frog.
No.
No frog.
No,
No,
frog.
All right. Bagels in the morning.
No, it's not a frog. It's not frog.
Empanada.
Empanada is frog. Oh, what the frog?
Frogissimo.
Frogissimo.
Huh? It's a new.
Yeah,
Frogissimo.
There we go.
empanadas is good, but bagels, no.
No.
No, yeah.
I mean,
I'm on a diet, so bagels.
not even on Sunday.
Empanada.
Yeah.
Frogissimo.
No frog
You want
even
to eat
Sunday.
the best arepas in Miami? Go to Gerardo
arepas.
House on Sundays. I'll give you
Okay.
address
Everybody
later.
is welcome.
Call me.
Everybody's welcome. I made it.
There we go. Now, U.S. Stratocaster made in USA.
I consider that they're the best one.
How many
I
do
mean,
you have?
Made in the U.S., I guess 2.
And the
okay.
others?
Made in China.
Made in Mexico.
No,
I have
Mexico.
one.
It's the same thing.
No, I have
No.
No, they're cut here.
No, but you know what is the difference? I mean, they
To
have
mix it and put it together.
they have
Hamburger and
many,
enchiladas.
they have many different bodies, and they leave some bodies that they're nicer here, and then they make the custom shops, etc.
Right.
And the body is so important. And then I don't know if in all the cables and the wires, are exactly the same. I mean, I find some differences. I find some difference, and I can guarantee you because every time when I play guitar, I mean, it's a difference to pay double. No, I consider no. But I have my old American Stratocaster. Bought it 25 years ago. So and it was, it is amazing. But when you play the new ones made in US and the new ones made in Mexico, I mean, it's a little better the made in the US, but not to pay twice. Is what I say.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Well, remember the song of the show today, Impression of September by PFM. And, our show, frog or no frog?
Uh-huh.
You gonna answer it?
Frog?
You?
Yeah.
Frog or no frog?
Yeah.
Frog.
Frog. So we frog.
Super frog.
There we go.
Frogissimo.
Super
Frog.
frog.
Frogissimo.
That frog. That frog.
Frogissimo. It's a smile.
Frog.
Okay?
Frog.
Great.
And supposedly,
Listen.
Miranda was trying to get us in track, and this is what happened when you get with these guys. Somebody asked me this morning, what was going to be my day? There we go. Frog. All right, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Until the next show. Peace. Bye-bye. Damn it. This is what you do. Somebody asked me this morning what I was going to do today. I said, I'm going to laugh my butt off today. There we go. See, that's the music too. Miranda, I told you. There's going to be like 3 days in this show. You're going to be editing
This is
your
the
entire
song
life.
that we, Rafael told you. This is the song, YYC. This is YYC in the second program.
Good fall. Thank you very much. Peace.
Frog.
There we go.